Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And, first, I want to recognize all of you legislators for probably hundreds of hours that you've committed to, and I can say, a thankless job. I can't think of any reward that you get out of going through what you've gone through. I want to quote Thomas Jefferson, and he wrote about the sovereignty of people. He said, "The purpose of government is to enable the people of a nation to live in safety and happiness. I have taken an oath to uphold the laws of the state and protect the people of the county. I take this responsibility very seriously, and we attempt to do so at the lowest cost possible to our taxpayers. But in order to accomplish our goal and to protect our residents and our tourists, it takes people, it takes supplies, and it takes a lot of hard work. And our deputies work 24 hours a day to provide critical service to all 27 towns, 15 villages, and our 2 cities. And we do so, they do so, as among the lowest paid police officers in the county. They arrest drunk drivers, drug dealers, rapists, kidnappers, child abusers, burglars, and murderers. Last year, only 8 people lost their lives on Chautauqua County highways. And that's 8 too many. But compare that to 48 the year that I took the job with the sheriff's office. Well, that didn't happen, no pun intended, by accident. That happened through strict enforcement, getting drunk drivers off our roads, and keeping our people safe through traffic enforcement. Our DWI fatality rate is well below the national average. Consolidation. I'm going to talk about that for just a second. It's talked about so much in government, and while it's being talked about, it is quietly taking place in law enforcement in this county. Today, there are 21 fewer law enforcement agencies in this county than there were in the 1970s. Some towns and villages just got out of the business. Some went through formal consolidation with the sheriff's office. But as we go forward, and if you believe in consolidation, you can't do so while laying off the number of people that you're looking to lay off in our agency. Because who wants to even talk to you if they think they're going to consolidate with you just to have their people eliminated? Another consolidation, which I supported, and I know many of you legislators that were here supported, and that was the 911 center consolidation with the city of Jamestown. It was the right thing to do. But the cost of that consolidation is now nearing $900,000 to my budget. I can't help feel that the deputies who are slated to lose their job are doing so we can dispatch for the city of Jamestown. I fully understand the financial situation we're in here in the nation, in the state, and especially in the county. We have not been immune to reductions. Last year alone, our budget was reduced by $1.4 million. We did it quietly. We cut as much as we could. We lost people through attrition. We carefully planned not to replace them, but it didn't go without impact to our operations. Further reductions to our road patrol will have a drastic negative impact on the people. It'll cause reassignment of people from areas that are very critical to us. Investigations, the Southern Tier Regional Drug Task Force will be impacted by it, and we have to provide basic services. We've got to get to the call when someone needs help. When someone's involved in a violent domestic, we've got to get someone to them. We partner daily with the New York State Police. Never have we partnered so closely with the state police. Partly because they're seeing reductions statewide. They've offered, at my suggestion, to work even closer with us, and we are now sharing calls of all kinds to whomever closest to the call, regardless of the car. And it's worked great. But it's still combined, our 2 agencies, the number of troopers in the county and the number of deputies on the road, don't even equal the number of sworn officers in the city of Jamestown. And we're covering the majority of the county. Cuts to our radio shop, who used to be in a different budget, was put in the sheriff's budget some years ago. But cuts to that radio shop mean less service to the volunteer fire departments, less service to the people, men and women, who give their time for free to save our lives, to protect our property. We'll cut dispatch again, which means less response time when you call 911 or your family's called 911, or missed calls that'll bounce to an operator. This is reality. The men and women whose jobs are slated to be cut work hard every day to protect us. They are our first line of defense against bad people and everything Mother Nature can throw our way. While some elected officials preach a litany that they want to keep young people in our county so they won't leave to find jobs elsewhere, support of the cuts that have been proposed will force families on the unemployment rolls. We estimate over $240,000 we'll have to pay in unemployment. And they're going to find it difficult, if not impossible, to pay their mortgages and provide for a good life here in Chautauqua County. Ultimately, some of them will lose their homes, some will leave the county, all will feel tremendous pain. In audit and control, there was a motion to restore $500,000 of the $1.25 million that was cut. That is absolutely critical, but it's far from what we need to restore ourselves whole, but it is critical. And will preserve 6 full-time deputies from losing their jobs. That's almost an entire shift of deputies. So I beg you to look past the numbers to reality of what goes on day and night in this county. And we are your first line of protection. Don't eliminate that. One other thing before I leave, and again, I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk. I want to, probably not my job to say it, but I really want to recommend this legislature return to a line-item budget process, a step-by-step, line-by-line analysis of every budget in this county. Do I like it? No. But is it good information sharing? You bet. And so there's none of the bloggers writing, there's all this fat in the sheriff's budget. I want you to go through my budget line by line. Every line of every budget, so I can explain to you what's in there. I think every department in the county should go through the same painful process. Not that you haven't done a ton of work, but you're working with the process that we have today, and I just don't think it's as detailed as we used to do. Thank you very much, and I hope that you make decisions that will be in the best interest of the public safety of the residents and the visitors of our county.
Just wait a minute, Joe. Because he is a department head and elected official, does anyone have any questions for the sheriff while he's, otherwise we'll move on. But if there's anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. If not, Joe, I guess there isn't. Thank you. Yeah, we have a question, Mark.
I wondered if Joe had any detail of the $500,000 he wants to put back in. What kind of details do you have of that?
You mean as far as where it would be applied?
Where it would go?
Well, it would first and foremost be applied toward, we believe, 6 patrol deputies could be refunded by that $900,000 or $500,000. I'm just reading about $900,000.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.